MySpace's.com. The list.
Hello, I'm Serj Tankian, and we're in Las Vegas, and you're going to be watching the list on MySpace and a performance by myself and the FCC. Please enjoy. I depend on my ear more than anything else, because I've never, studied making music as far as engineering or producing. I've never studied classical music as far as theory or anything like that. So it all goes by my ear. If it sounds good, if it feels right, it's on. Won't you burn it down? When you're writing by yourself and you have a vision for the song, and you don't have a band or a producer, then you're kind of pretty much on your own, and you have that complete freedom of presenting whatever you want. And with today's technology and being able to put it up on MySpace and iTunes, and it's an amazing thing for an artist. Don't you want to hold me back? Disappointed, going crazy. So whatever an artist's vision is, whatever they have to say, in an honest and integral way, that's the expression of music. It's not just important to put out political music or, theoretical music. Whatever. In my case, I have a lot of different things to say, and some are political and some are personal and whatnot. But whatever the artist's expression is, that is true. That is real. Even though you can't afford the sky is over. Even though we can't afford the sky is over. I don't want to see it go. The sky is over. Even though we can't afford the sky is over. I listen to all sorts of genres of music. I guess in the last number of years I've listened to more jazz than anything else, as far as, when I'm just hanging out and chilling and have a glass of wine and listen to jazz. And I'm really into female jazz vocalists more than any other vocalists in the world, like Billie Holiday and Nina Simone. And I feel that the intimacy that they portray with their expression and their music is unparalleled to male vocals, to be honest. And I've learned a lot from that Cesaria Evora and a lot of world music, and all over the place. My baby, let me go. And if you love me, you love me. Let me go, 'cause I'm your lover. You pay me, raise my size, and on your knees, you lay in my thighs. My new band that I put together to back me up on these solo tours for Elected Dad are called the FCC. It's kind of like a play on the Federal Communications Commission, which obviously is the agency that levies penalties for cuss words, in the press, which we're all, with MySpace, you don't have to worry about that. So we thought we'd make the FCC a cuss word so they can penalize themselves, so we decided to call the band the Flying Cunts of Chaos. And the band members are really great friends. They're cool guys and amazing musicians, and we got together and started rehearsing about a month ago or so, and we actually didn't have that many rehearsals, and we've only played probably about 6 or 7 shows so far together, but everything's clicking, everything's coming together. I'm sure in 6 months we'll sound even a lot better, but there's already that vibe of a band going on, which is really, really great to see, especially with so few shows played. And everyone's really passionate about what they're doing and love playing the music, and everyone's modest about it, and they're really nice guys, so it's a pleasure being out here with them. Being in a band and doing something solo both have pros and cons. I always describe it as playing basketball. It's great to go out with your friends and shoot around and play basketball. You get to pass, you get to compete, you make it a team effort, and it's a different experience. But once in a while I like going out and shooting by myself on a nice clear day where the wind is just fine and the sun is shining, and you know, just taking those shots and focusing and relaxing, that's really enjoyable as well. So they both have really enjoyable things. You know, I think when you're working with a band, there's a democratic process, and the music is shaped by the varying dynamics of the people and where they want to take that music, and that makes it really special. When you're doing it by yourself, if you have a very focused vision, you're able to really kind of narrow that down and put it down exactly the way that you see it as an artist, as a songwriter, and that's really special as well.
Dragging my feet any longer to the bushes, dragging my feet any longer to the bushes, dragging my feet any longer to the bushes.
Music is an intuitive medium at first, and that's the best thing about it. That's what makes it really powerful. And you know, you listen to a song, even if you don't understand what the lyrics are saying, you really feel the song. You feel. First time I heard Rage Against the Machine, I didn't understand what Zach was saying, for example. But I felt the protest of it. I felt the energy of it, and how powerful and anti-establishment it was before I even interpreted the lyrics. And once you do interpret the lyrics, then you're intellectually also involved, which makes it twice as powerful, because then you have a whole extra layer of, you know, your heart and your intuition's already in it, and then your intellect gets involved, and it becomes even more powerful if that is a powerful song.
You were the one to tell me go. You were the one.
I've always seen music as something that comes from the universe and not belonging to particular artists or songwriters. I think at best we're skilled presenters as songwriters, but I think it's all out there for us to tap into and channel. The inspiration is the biggest thing, and that comes from without. But the creation of it in terms of the songwriting, the arrangement, and making it powerful and credible and appealing is something that comes from within and comes from experience in doing that craft. There are a lot of fans that are into it for just the music. It makes them feel something that they can't necessarily define, you know, easily, which is fair enough. But other people are into it also because of the message, and they are open to the activism aspect of it, and they're open to, you know, challenging hypocrisy and dealing with a world that's bigger than themselves. My firm belief is that poetry and music are a great representatives of the time that we live in. They're a great vocal piece of the general mood of the population of the world at the time that you live in. You know, I always say, listen to Dylan's songs. If he wasn't living in the 60s, he wouldn't be writing those lyrics, you know. Immediate goals, yeah, you know, I'm promoting this record. I'm going to tour for this record and talk about my feelings and play a lot of great music and play with a lot of great musicians. I like doing a lot of collaborations musically and artistically with different people. I want to do more films. I want to score more films, and I want to do more solo records. You know, just expand my art and my experience and learn and grow, you know.
Run away with me now, run away with me now,
Well, System of a Down's been a band for 11 years. We've put out 5 records. I mean, people don't realize that, you know, a lot of like the Doors and Beatles and Zeppelin were bands for less periods of time than that, and we basically prioritized System of a Down in the last decade or so in our lives. Everything we did, we had to fit between System's schedule, and it can't. And we're very grateful for everything that we've achieved, of course, as a band. We all are, individually and collectively. But we've come to a point in our lives where we had to kind of put a pause and go, okay, what do we want to prioritize in our lives? Personal things, possibly, other artistic efforts, and what do we want to do? Let's hold back. Let's get some perspective and, and do some other things. So that's what we're doing, and we're all friends, we all communicate, we're all supportive of each other's projects, and the door is open, you know, for System to do stuff in the future, but we're not a corporation. We're not forced to put out a record every year. We're not forced to have a product on the shelves. We appreciate our fans wanting it, but we're artists, and when we have something to say together, collectively, all will know.
Leave me all alone, left in time. Beyond the time of breaking off, civilization is on trial. What's eliminating time? Do you believe?
And the way that I've felt coming on stage for this promotional tour so far is really, really comfortable. I just get on there. I almost feel like I'm in my own studio, in my own house, and we've had a tremendous amount of support from fans and friends that have come and seen the shows. In a lot of cases, I mean, the record just came out 2-3 days ago, so most of the shows we played were to fans who had not heard the majority of the music, and the response was still overwhelming, and I was like so grateful hearing that, you know, because there's a lot of shows that bands play, and there's songs that people may not know, and they don't get much of a strong reaction from them, etc. And I was really blown away by the reaction. So, yeah, I feel very comfortable.